Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to World of Horror. So, I have been playing a lot, truly an absurd amount of RimWorld recently, and it's a great game. And I was thinking that in order to stop playing it, I need to start making videos about it so that I'll... that's kind of a self-inflicted deep cut there, but yeah, so I'm actually very interested in doing RimWorld videos. However, I do have a little bit of a problem, and that is that there's no mod listing feature, and to my knowledge, there's no, like, external mod manager. So when you go to, like, I've started this colony, and I've played this colony for about, like, 80 hours at this point. Like, I love all of I love all my long-time pawns. Like, my, melee master, planet-known master researcher. You know, I've got, like, some crazy, like, I have a lot of pawns and I could tell a lot of stories, but not off the top of my head, I suppose. But, you know, I would love to bring something like that to the channel, although that is definitely a longer-term project. Because, to be honest, a single colony with how quickly I play, because, I'm not, like, I'm not good at RimWorld. Alright, listen, I've played for, like, well, let me actually give you a little alt-tab here. I've played for... Oh my god. I've almost played RimWorld longer than I have World of Horror. That's frightening. But, like, you don't really get good at RimWorld until, like, the 1,000-hour mark. So, you know, I'm still a little bit slow and I do things inefficiently, but, you know, with the rate that I'm going with my current colony, you know, if we did a RimWorld series, that would be, you know, easily over 100 episodes, which could be really fun, don't get me wrong. However, the thing that's kind of prevented me from kind of jumping the gun here, or jumping the bullet, I suppose, would be the fact that there's no sort of, like, mod listing feature. So when I go in between save files, I would have to change the mods and then reload the game, and then every time you change a mod, or when you change a group of mods in RimWorld, the game has to restart. And so you can't just, like, swap from one mod profile to the other, and then there's also, to my knowledge, no, like, save separators. So it's like, if I started 2 new colonies, it would be like, well, which one's my last colony saved from this save file, and then what, you know, it's a whole thing. I didn't want to do that immediately. We have the glitch, by the way, which is kind of fun. No library notes, let's just do a regular run. You know, like, let's just do a regular run for fun. We haven't done one of those in a hot minute. Mainly because I want to get this video over with as quickly as possible so that I can go back to playing RimWorld. It really is a dastardly... It really is an addictive drug. You know, I have a couple of colonists who are addicted to a modded drug called Planetarium, that the description and effects of everything in the mod is described in Korean. So I actually can't read it, and I have no idea what Planetarium does. I have no idea the things that I researched. I don't know what they do. But I finally figured out, and admittedly this was a little bit easier to figure out because, oh man, this is a little bit weird, huh? I guess we could do Bulletin first? That's probably fine. Is admittedly a lot of the research aspects of it, because it's like this massive mod, right? It's got a new race, a bunch of new guns, new tech, new drugs, all that sort of thing. And so the drugs and the tech aren't really, to my knowledge, well, I don't know, because all I know is there's just random things that say, like, the only thing that I can read is it just says coming soon. And then there's a big, and then there's like a description in Korean.
Suddenly, somewhere, Emmerdale seems to have disappeared. We'll go back to it as soon as we can, once we've found it.
So, where was I? There's like, there's just a bunch of random tech that are just like coming soon, and then it's like it takes 1 to research it, right? Which means that you basically research it almost instantly, and you basically whatchamacallit. There is an English patch, by the way, but I didn't know that until I was like 60 hours into my new save file, and I really don't want to risk like a save file corruption or anything weird happening. So, you know, it's just kind of more peace of mind to not... Wow, that's a little bit unlucky. But it's just more of a peace of mind thing to basically just be like, I'm not changing my mod list until this colony is done. Ooh, we still got that knowledge check even with brain damage over here. So that was very lucky, but I mean, plus 5 EXP isn't hugely important, but it's more or less just the... Well, that sucks. Do we go to the doctor that early? I think we do. We'll use the painkillers to get around it, because we sell the painkiller, and then we can get rid of torn muscle here. Hasty aid sucks a lot. Like, we failed a perception check, so we're gonna be dealing with 2 injuries. Honestly, you might think I'm crazy here, but let's jog around the block, which we succeeded, and we were rewarded immensely. Now this costs Doom, because we're on Athyellazath, so let's hold off for a second. We haven't gotten into combat yet at all. But, you know, it's a little bit, like, after playing around with the mod that I can't read for a bit, I figured out that you have to build these things called wind traps, and every 5 days, they give you 3 doses of planetarium, as it were. So, what you can actually do is I've set up a wind trap, and since your colonists don't have to take planetarium very often, just 1 is supporting a couple of people, which is pretty cool. It could probably support more, because you need to take planetarium, like, probably, like, once every, like, week or so. So, 1 wind trap could probably, hold, like, 3 or 4 colonists. If you wanted to push it, we're on Bulletin, so we can keep doing this safely. It's not gonna, like, lock us out, and then we're gonna be like, oh god, we're in the forest with 6 reason, I'm so scared. Love the wine bottle, by the way. Don't get that enough. But, nah, oh my god. Well, we have 3 spells and the wine bottle, so I'm not entirely scared. I just don't want to have to use it. Okay, first enemy, Lumpy Officer. So let's wrap this up, and then we can pay attention to the enemy that we get next. Honestly, you know what I want to do? Here's what I want to do. I want to take him down to, I mean, 95, 85 is a pretty good chance, right? And then, I forgot that Hasty Aid exists, so... A little bit unlucky to get badly bleeding, but, you know, it's not like a huge deal. Unfortunately, we can't do that, so do we have to do 295? Oh, no, we can guarantee both of them. Just a little sketchy, that's all. We reached the 8 cap, so we couldn't go higher than that, but, okay, let's, drink the wine bottle, because it's literally free at this point. Yes, we like it, and then we have to remember the note here, and then we have to do whatever's over here. Which we can kind of, once we click this, we can skip through it all. And then we just win. Which is the speedrun strats of the century. So, it kind of sucks that we got roads closed immediately, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Not much in our case. It's a good thing we honestly didn't cast Ancestral Strength earlier, because we'd be at 27% Doom right now. And that's not exactly something that we would particularly like. So Folklore Studies is good in the village, Quick Thinking is good in the mansion, and Outdoorsman is good in the forest. I actually do forget what we had, so I don't know which one we're going to. I think it was Vigil. So, like, Quick Thinking would be, like, the more, quote, opportune choice for, like, skill checks. And I think that that's actually sold me, because... we have the dexterity check and the charisma check, so, we also have second enemy and second mystery, so whoever's next after, your boy, the Lumpy Officer, we'll have to write them down. But, okay, so dexterity, obviously, that gets us to 8 dex, we're good. We can't go to whatchamacall. We can't go to Vigil, not with badly bleeding. So we're gonna take Quick Thinking. We're gonna take... I want to take Knowledge, but you could also take Charisma, and you'd probably... We're gonna take Dexterity. We're gonna take Quick Thinking and Knowledge. So now, what we absolutely want to do is I think we're gonna go to the City History and get a Cult Store and then the Monument. Because, yeah, like, the Dog Shop could come in handy, but... Like, sketching this out, I'm like, Doom's probably the most important thing right now. You know, you could debate taking the EXP here. I don't think it really matters. Let's see what we got here. So, if we didn't have Badly Bleeding, Vigil would 100% be the next choice. But since we... And you could also do School Scissors, since we're on Timeline B. If you have high health... a weapon and if you have a way of fighting sustainably, doesn't always have to be a weapon. It could be something like, you know, like Multiply Wound or whatever, or an Athutu Flame if you're being spicy. If you have a reliable way of fighting, and you have a compass, and you have high health, you can definitely do something that locks you out of the town. So something like a Vigil, School Scissors, a Fear Festival. You can always do Fear Festival. Fear Festival is the easiest mystery in the game, mainly because you can heal yourself whenever you want to for Doom. You know, a Fear Festival is definitely, like, one of the easiest mysteries in the game. But, you know, something like your, you know, something that immediately locks you out of the town, right? Like, if we had, whatchamacallit, if we had the Forest, the Forest Tapes or Household Hell, a freaky feature of found footage, that's what I'm talking about. If we had that, or we had Household Hell, we would pick that 100% of the time. But we're kind of in an awkward position right now, where it's like, we don't, like, Coma is the only choice here, right? I want to make that perfectly clear. And it's not a bad choice, it's just that if we could... Like, we're probably going to use the Dust of Seeing on Akamanto, so we don't need it immediately. So we could do it, like, 4th or 3rd mystery. We don't have to do it 2nd. So it really is just, like... If we didn't have Badly Bleeding, you'd want to go to one of these mysteries, because you can take damage there, and you don't have to be necessarily scared of it. So, yeah. Unfortunately, you know, we gotta go here, and we gotta go do this, and then we gotta go do this, which is 1 fund, thankfully, even though it's a major injury. Normally those are 2, but, you know, it's all good. So, unfortunately, we lost some Doom there. So, oh god, this is interesting. So, we do have the light source... So, when I'm looking at the other world, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of one thing pretty much all the time, which is the katana. Which, you know, it's a 33% chance that you get sent to the, It's a 33% chance if you get sent to the desert. A 33% chance for, like, you to go to the Boreal Expanse, which is just pain. And then, you know, it's a 1 in 3, so it's a 33% chance for you to go to, that one place, the Bloody Sphinx, and then swap some health around if you wanted to. So when I'm looking at this, like, what I'm thinking to myself is... Do we want, like, can we afford to get Frostbite? Technically, yes. If we go to Bloody Sphinx, do we really care? Not really. We just take Reason and then move on. If we go to the desert, obviously, we could get +1 knowledge from the desert. We could get money from the desert, or we could get the katana. Normally, the katana is just, like, 99% of the time the best thing to do. So... We can do it, right? Like, oh, I clicked the wrong button. I questioned my sanity and got cursed. Oops. That's not, so, what I was gonna say is, okay, Ritsuko-chan. We got Ritsuko-chan. Ritsuko-chan. And then second mystery is obviously, Dust of Seeing. It's just what I'm gonna call it for now. Like, we have 8 dexterity. If we got the katana, we'd be super happy. Okay, here's the thing. Do we have to take damage? No. But the thing is, it's like, I mean, you know, 65% chance. I'd rather just, like, have this taken care of and then kill her next turn, you know what I mean? Like, just take the 3 damage and move on with our lives. I think that's perfectly fair. But, yeah, no, we could go to the... This is a strength check. We get cursed. I'm not gonna eat that. We'll eat the stamina loss there. We'll drink the water, and then we'll just go. So Dust of Seeing, very handy, very helpful. So this kind of sucks, yeah? Oh yeah, this sucks a lot, actually. We're probably gonna enter desperation range because of this fight. I really don't like an enemy like this, and this is one of the problems with playing Kairi, is like your brace for impact is so bad, so you just kind of end up doing something like this, which isn't, you know, good. We could throw the bottle and then theoretically get a KO, but it's not guaranteed. It'd be a 95-85, and I mean, like, yeah, I will do it like this for the sole purpose oh my god. We did it like this because a desperation attack can be used to deal with... I mean, we could still die here, I want to make that clear, but just the chances of us dying aren't very... Okay. Alright. Like, we had to hit both of those, but... Because 13 health. Like, again, we could have, like... I know we could have empty bottled and then prepped the strong attack, but it was early enough in the run, it was like, you know... You gotta take a risk at some point. And that was a calculated risk that, you know, you win some, you lose some. Unfortunately, Kairi lost her life, but that's more on the roll of the dice, and I mean, we could have, you know, gotten around it, but I mean, it was fine. You know, it wasn't like, that wasn't a bad play. That was the correct play. We don't normally make those plays, mainly because of we play exclusively to, like, win. Like, if we have a winning path, we normally take it. However, we can't always do that. We can't always take the safe play, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, largely the same thing as before, just instead of charisma, it's a strength check this time. So, it's basically the same lighthouse, just a little bit rearranged and remixed. We got library notes this time, so we've got some fun things that we can roll for here. We have Multiply Wound, which is absolutely fantastic. You really do love to see Multiply Wound. And we can forget Absorb because it's just trash. Like, it's just, that's really bad. Like, that's way too bad. So we'll roll a couple more times. If we forget both of them, we'll roll 3 times, but... Do we want to forget Shadow? Yeah, we want to forget Shadow Shroud. I don't really care about that. We'll roll one more time. I mean, that's... Alright, get out of here. We don't do that. We're not doing that this time. I don't feel up for it. We'll just forget that ever happened. And then we'll take the EXP. I think that's fair. And we'll move on. So whoops, that's the wrong button. I keep getting these buttons confused because it's like, I feel, when I see an arrow, I'm like, leave house. And then when I see the town, I'm like, go to town. Like, choose mystery. But no, that's not how that works. So, Coma, Cape, Mermaids, Beer Festival, and Botany. That's actually kind of funny. We have Mermaids and Botany again, but I will not be tempted. I will not be tempted. Let's get Botany out of the way. I don't like roads closed. I don't like roads closed at all. And so we will play around roads closed. Branded? That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad, brother. Oh no. I really do hate to see that happen multiple times, but you know, if we have to go without a compass, you know, we're kind of worried about branded. It's, well, okay. We'll get a compass. It's, if you're gonna give it to me like that, I'm not gonna, I mean, if you're gonna give it to me like that, you know, like, you're gonna, the dog's gonna roll out the compass on the freaking silver platter, the red carpet, as I approach. Like, you know, I'm not gonna say no to that. We do have branded, so we have to be very careful with Doom. Stockchan, first enemy. You know, I think we can just send her. Like, I'm not entirely worried about Like, yeah, we probably could have done something with bracing, but I'm okay with taking the damage there. Make sure to go to the school for the second time. And so, do we want Toilet Ghost to be our second enemy? No, we don't. We do not at all. We can go, like, it's a little bit risky, but I think we can go into the forest here. 9-7 is still pretty bad. Oh, man. I hate this. I hate this a lot. I really do. Because with Branded, we can't say yes. We can't say yes, but then, of course, we get cadavered. So it's like, what are you gonna do? This is a perception check. I think this is minus stamina, right? Nope, it's just minus reason. I wanted minus stamina, but unfortunately, no. I mean, run, duh. We like, getting swollen joint, that's fine. We don't really care about that. We do have multiply wound that we can abuse if we get into another fight. But anyways, back to the whole ribcage woman, by the way. I'm gonna write it down right now so I don't get it wrong. Everybody's favorite woman. But I can't believe that the heavy-duty flashlight's gonna be getting even better on the freaking new update. Like, being like, ribcage woman's weak to blunt weapons, this is a blunt weapon. It's disgusting. But, anyways, that's besides the point right now. We will brace for impact just because we don't, as long as we can guarantee. I mean, it's an 88% chance, like, we'd be pretty unlucky to miss that. Yeah, that's okay. We'll kind of space it out a little bit like this. But, with RimWorld, right, it's like, this colony that I've got has a long lifespan. Like, RimWorld is a game that kind of doesn't end, really. And so, you know, it ends at some point when you want it to end. That kind of sucks. By the way, whatever happened to your boy, Sudden Death? What happened with that? That's crazy. 33% chance. Oh, let's go. Kyrie lives to another day. But, yeah, it's just like, my colony has probably hundreds of hours left in it. And so how I'm gonna end up doing a RimWorld series is I am getting another computer. And so, or not another computer, I'm getting a laptop, so that when I'm away from desktop, I can still keep making videos. And so when I get that laptop in, I will set out, first of all, I'll turn off cloud saves so that I don't have any absolute nonsense going on with something like that. But, I mean, we gotta take something like, yeah, we gotta take something like quick thinking, dexterity. Although we are going to the Fear Festival, which would make outdoorsman better, but we do have the dexterity check, and also leadership and arcane grasp are terrible, so, like, that's probably why we didn't take any of them. But yeah, so when I get my laptop, I'll look into doing some RimWorld stuff, and I'll download a different, it's gonna be modded, like, don't get me wrong, like, there are so many mods that I've been playing with that I have a huge mod list, and there are some things that I could definitely do without, and I don't want to do in my next colony, and then there are some mods that I definitely want to add, but, like, once you kind of lock in like that, I've heard horror stories of mods corrupting people's save files and them losing all their progress, and it scares me. We will do, I kind of want to do, we don't have roads closed, right? So here's the thing, not having roads closed is kind of like saying, do Fear Festival. And we can heal. But what injuries do we got? We got swollen joints, that's it. Okay, I think we will do Fear Festival. We're gonna lose -2 reason from the Moriko yeet. But other than that, we should be perfectly fine. So we're gonna recover a bit here. And the branded mark, you feel pain around it. So that's important to know. I mean, listen. We're gonna discard the library notes, so we don't really have anything to sell. So I'm sorry, dog. You will be massacred when the village goes away. But We will destroy them. Okay, this is the second mystery, by the way, so let me just write down Fear Festival, because that's actually pretty important, because we don't normally do Fear Festival early unless we're heavily injured, so... we're not quite there yet with the attack speed, though. We can't kill in one turn. So bracing for impact, and then boosting as many times. 75% boost, I don't like that at all, dude. And I was justified not liking that, because we ate it there. I mean, we'll do it again, I suppose, and we'll get it. We'll get him this time. But no, I don't like that at all. So I mean, 85% chances. I'm sketchy. This is sketchy, dude. And I was right to feel sketchy. We could totally die here. We don't have any backup plan outside of just spamming the heal here, which is gonna get our doom up. I mean, we'll get to 5 just because that's a much safer number, but 3% per rest, that's not good at all. And we still got so many more forest events. This is doom if we fail it. And, oh, I guess if we succeed, we just lose reason anyways, because that's fun. But let's just time skip for as much as possible. And we could only time skip once. So we could definitely die. Not something that you hear a lot during Fear Festival. But just very unlucky with whatchamacallit. The Dream Eater, the plushie. But, I mean, this ain't that good either. This is one of the things that makes Kairi less of a optimal character, I guess you could say. So this is gonna do, I mean, that'll do 8 damage. So if we land 2 of these, she's dead. I mean, I think that's pretty good. Like, like, it's not a good chance, but an 85-75. We've missed a lot, and we'd really not like to miss this, but this is the correct play, I believe. Yeah, we would have been... That's kind of gambling the game away a little bit, but it's like, you know, we kind of need to get some advantage somewhere. And I almost want to level up strength, but I don't think that'll help that much. I almost feel like we should level up knowledge, because that'll make our subsequent attacks faster. It's, I want to take knowledge here. I really do. I also think reason is a good idea. It's rough, actually, yeah. No, it's pretty sketchy. I think we're gonna take knowledge, because we do... Like, we could die here, for sure, but... oh, that sucks. We are kind of playing around roads closed, though. So, perhaps this could give us some sort of leeway when it comes to Doom, which we do need, by the way. We are 46% Doom, second mystery. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, we're running like a horrible coward. There's not really much that we could do. Also, why did our Doom just shoot up there? I don't understand. Does it hit you once if you run away? I don't know. But we were at 46, and then we were at 51, and now we're, because of Hunted by the Cult, we're down to 50 again. That sucks. Contaminated water, that's pretty bad. We're not in a good spot at all. This is going to be a very sketchy game. If we have any chance, this is going to be a very sketchy game. I feel like... Yeah, the game, it's... Yeah, no, this game's super sketchy. We're gonna do something that's even more cursed, because we would rather take 2 than 3, and then we're gonna move on with our lives. Oh my god, that's disgusting. So apparently we're still alive. Did I even put the thing on correctly? I don't even know, but we might as well investigate our house, and by that I mean rest, and we will use library notes once. Just to see if we could get something useful, but no, we can't, so it's out of here. Sorry, library notes, you've been voted off the island. I don't think we can afford to go to the village twice, because we just probably die. Let's see, we'll continue looking. This is Doom if it fails, but we have a 7 perception, so it's like, it's a decent enough chance. Yeah, Yeah, no, this is what the kids would refer to as sketchy as hell. Jesus Christ, no, this is like, we didn't even get health there, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine. We don't want health. We just don't want to die. Oh my god, branded like cattle. No, this is another disaster. This might be 2 losses in a row, being the entire video, which if that's the case, I do apologize, but this is... Okay, this is something that's a little bit more manageable, at least, and by that I mean Jesus Christ. So... I don't... Like, we can do this, which is 8 damage, but we can take him down to 9. We'd have to throw the compass, which is really, like... Now that sucks, right? We're having to throw the compass. We can't run away, by the way. But I guess we will throw the compass. Just well... You know... If we can hit once, which we can, this'll... This is really weird. He roars in rage. How did we... Oh, I guess he just does stamina damage. You must find a way to sneak through. So this is the point where we like, do we want the Dust of Seeing? And the answer to that is absolutely not. We kept the compass, so we cares. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we gotta take self-therapy and stamina. It's just really it. We're gonna have to use and abuse the fact that... Oh my god. I think we might just be dead, though. We don't have a way of healing our stamina. And so... Yeah, sure, like, we're fine here, but... There's no bathtub backing us up. So the moment we, Yeah, no, the moment we click this button, we're dead. Well, not that button specifically, but yeah, we're done and dusted. Very difficult Kyrie runs. And actually, you know, I'm just gonna say, like, besides taking a couple of dumb risks and it not paying off, we played it decently well. I think that this is a interesting example of how Kyrie plays differently to everybody else, because her strength stat's terrible, so bracing for impact, a necessary strategy, is just hugely less viable than it otherwise would be. I think Kyrie's a very fun character to play, but on Harbinger of Doom, she is held back by that strength stat. So part of me is wondering, is pumping strength as Kyrie a good idea? Like, I think that's what we did the previous times we played Kyrie, but this time we tried to leverage her other stats, which it didn't really work out for us very well. So that's pretty interesting, but no, we're dead. So yeah, no, I think that's for sure pretty interesting. This is gonna have to be it for me, because I have a rimworld colony that I have to get back to. But just to reiterate, once I get that laptop in, which might not be like anytime soon, unfortunately, because, well, so I found a couple of laptops that I actually would buy. However, the problem is that they're sold out, and it's really it's a little bit frustrating, because with you know, with a computer, right, it's just kind of like right now it's like take what you can get, but with laptops they have the parts, right, because mobile versions of things are, I guess, easier to get, or maybe they're having more inventory dedicated to them. But the annoying thing is that, like, the best combo that you can get right now, right, is a high-end AMD CPU and an NVIDIA graphics card when it comes to content create. Actually, you know, I'm just gonna say it, like, I'm on an AMD graphics card right now. I would probably be happier with an NVIDIA one, but, you know, I've got a beast of a graphics card, so I'm not gonna complain. But just from a content creator perspective, with an NVIDIA card, you gain the NVEC encoder, which is just triple S plus ghost rare god tier. It truly is incredible. And, like, lacking the NVEC encoder really does suck on my new machine, but my new machine is powerful enough to the point where it doesn't really care that the AMD video encoder is, like, significantly worse. It's usable. It's not unusable, but you know what I mean. It's like, it's significantly worse, but the overall raw power kind of makes it to where my computer doesn't care. But, you know, getting a laptop, it's like, obviously, since the parts are worse, like, the mobile versions of parts are worse, and they're, like, less efficient, because, like, I believe it's because they're literally just physically smaller. Like, it's less, PCB? The circuitry board, and so there's like less of it, so it's, yeah, I'm not a super technical person, admittedly, but basically the idea is that the laptop parts are worse, and so, you know, if you get a laptop that's raw power, then you're gonna need like a better cooling solution, or it has to be one of those fancy laptops that you deploy it, and then it like has these massive air fans that keep it cool. But obviously, if I'm like wanting to record from this thing, the fans can't be that loud, right? Because, you know, there's only so much that like a noise gate and like a low noise filter can actually do. But, you know, with what was I gonna say? Basically, the idea is that if I'm gonna get a laptop, I want one with an AMD processor and NVIDIA GPU, but the problem is that a lot of laptops are pretty much exclusively Intel, right? Like, it's been very difficult to find laptops that run on the AMD platform from, like, yesteryears, because back then they were, I guess, just not as... It's weird, because, like, the what is it, like the 4900HS for the AMD stuff, that was like really good, and now they're coming out with like the 5900 and the 5800HS or whatever, and those are really good. And a lot of laptop manufacturers are coming out with like hybrid AMD CPU, NVIDIA GPU machines, and those are all sold out. And then it's like the older laptops that are running on like less efficient, like official's the wrong word, less efficient like Intel processors. You know, those are all the ones that are in stock. So I'm trying to get like, I'm trying to find a computer, I'm trying to find a laptop in my budget that has the core, yes, I want a high core count, but just like a laptop within my budget that has an AMD CPU that's highly efficient versus some of the less efficient Intel CPUs. But anyways, I've ranted on long enough. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Webweaver, and I will see you all on the next episode of World of Horror. Goodbye, stay safe out there.